Tonight on The Big Idea, a rare exclusive one-on-one interview with the world's richest man, Bill Gates, tonight on The Big Idea.
Bill Gates, from Harvard dropout and computer geek to the $50 billion man. His software empire and fortune not only makes him the richest man in the world, but a major player with world leaders. Even the president of China stopped to visit Bill Gates recently to tour his famed Microsoft campus and be honored in an elegant dinner. All this before he met with President Bush at the White House. Microsoft's Windows, the most popular computer operating system in the world, along the way crushing the competition, which provoked a high-profile antitrust lawsuit from the U.S. government.
Microsoft's actions and innovations were fair and legal.
Its newest rival is, of course, Google. This #1 search engine on the net is giving away software for free. Bill Gates is meeting the Google challenge with a controversial $2 billion investment. Gates is investing in the planet, too. He's the favorite corporate guru of activist rock stars. He and wife Melinda are the biggest philanthropists on the planet, giving away over $30 billion to aid global health and learning, investing both his fortunes in the future.
Good evening, I'm Donny Deutsch. Tonight, a Big Idea exclusive. I go one-on-one with the world's richest man, Bill Gates. I sat down with Bill at Microsoft Global Headquarters in Redmond, Washington. Bill talked about everything from his company competing against Google, taking Microsoft Hollywood, and if he'd ever consider running for president. We met during Microsoft's Strategic Account Summit in front of an audience of over 650 chief marketing executives.
Well, Bill, it's great to be here. First thing I wanted to ask you is, you, the ultimate American dream embodied, world's richest man. I know you get embarrassed when people say that. When the president of China comes over here, he meets you first before he goes to the White House. You become, that's not a joke, I'd stop with him first before I go to the White House.
Well, we gave him a dinner.
Okay. You are a visionary in every sense of the word. You are philanthropic with a capital P, giving away $30 billion. Is it ever overwhelming? Is it ever tough being Bill Gates? Is it over? Do you ever kind of drive in at home and you go, this is just almost too much. This is just too much responsibility.
Well, it's a fun situation.
It doesn't suck.
And I get to work with smart people at Microsoft where we're always challenged to do new things. My philanthropy has been very similar in its bright people who've been now given the resources to take a very long-term approach and solve problems that the elements, the risk-taking, and the right people just hadn't come together to solve, that have fundamental impact on saving lives and equity. So those are amazing things. And you know, I'm very lucky meeting the president of China. I enjoyed that a lot because I think what's going on in China is very important, and the way this country and that country work together. Microsoft's invested a lot there. We have brilliant engineers in China that are contributing actually to all Microsoft products, including what we're doing with search and advertising. So I just feel very lucky. I don't take it lightly. You know, I'm not laughing all the time, but I feel the same way as Warren Buffett, who talks about, you know, that he'd pay to have the job he has today.
Sure. What pisses you off? I say, what are you pissed off about right now? And I know with $50 billion it's hard to be pissed off, but what does piss you off?
Well, there are things that it's easy to get concerned about.
No, pissed off.
Pissed off.
Like I said, $50 billion, you're not pissed off.
What am I pissed off about? Not much.
Good answer. If we had the Google guys in the audience right here, and you're going to look in the camera, any specific message you want to give them?
No, they've done a great job on their search and what they've done with advertising. And the intense competition in this business is what makes it fun. And I think this is a rare case where we're actually being underestimated. That doesn't happen very often, at least not in the last 15 years or so. But it's actually kind of a fun position as well.
It's almost, I would think for you, a rebirth. Microsoft, which started out as the everyman's company, the underdog, the upstart, and for so many years people have looked at you as the establishment, the government. Now one could argue you're back in the underdog position, or one that kind of built you as a company, one that you're about as a human being.
Well, we've always had this revolutionary aspect to what we do. Almost everything that we do is like the personal computer, where we say we can have a bigger market, we can have more third parties participating in it. And so that's been broadened out. In the 90s, that was about getting the internet into the mainstream, making it so business could be done there. So we've always had this revolutionary piece. And we have competitors, whether it's in phones, people like Nokia who do a good job, or Sony in video games, who get a lot of credit for the work they've done in those areas. The Google one is the one that people pay the most attention to now because it's more software-centric. It's more at the center of where we've got our research labs pushing ahead with the new technology. But every year's been fun. This competition, I think, will be particularly fun.
Along those lines, Ketchup, it's been written that you guys, at the end of the ultimate leapfrog strategy, you let somebody get into a technology first, you take it, you move in there, and so is this whole Google thing, this is part of your master plan, let them get out in front?
No. We prefer things that are like the original personal computer, where we conceive of it, we think of an industry structure, and we just get out there and get partners and get a whole ecosystem going. That's what we did with Windows, with graphics interface. That's what we are doing with this Internet TV thing, where we're the only people who've gotten all the design wins, and we've been working on that for over 10 years. The tablet computer, there were a few other companies playing with that. They all just completely gave up on it. So those are things where we're greenfield. We're really plowing the new territory. In the case of things related to search,
you can't even say the name, can you?
No, related to Google. It's not that complicated. We have some things where we have to show people we can not only match what they do, but make it worth the trouble that we've done something actually quite a bit better. We're helped in that by the fact that search, relative to what it should be, I think everybody would agree, is quite pathetic. It's sort of this treasure hunt type thing. If I say I want to find something, I should just get the answer. I shouldn't just be given a set of things to go start clicking around and find those things. And so we have this whole idea of an information platform where you get to, through your behavior and choosing, say, okay, I trust this newspaper, and they get some of the economics of using their expertise to help in the way that things are found for you. Say I trust the Wall Street Journal in this domain or certain other magazines here. So we believe in a platform for information organization. We don't think we're going to organize the world's information. We think if we understand the relationships and who you trust, we'll let those people be part of the picture and create that ecosystem. We'll look back on what exists today, which is great compared to the past. We'll look back on it as a joke. And so it does create opportunity for somebody who is willing to invest and keep that a intensely competitive field.
Now, Wall Street was a bit taken back with the $2 billion investment, obviously a lot of it going into advertising-based internet services. As an ad guy, I got to ask you, what took you so long? We got a lot of dollars in that ad world thing.
Well, the ad market is still very much an offline, non-interactive, non-personalized thing. So we're just at the beginning here. It's hard to think of an advertising context that won't be digitally delivered in the future. One of the biggest advances we've had is people like AT&T taking our software to deliver video over the internet. And there, it's not a broadcast channel, it's an individual feed. And so whether it's the content, what parts of the news show you watch, or how long you have to watch the highlights of the baseball game, or the ads that get put in, that's personalized. And if you need to interact, fine. It doesn't mean you miss any of the show that you might want to see later. So we think we're in plenty early. We've been doing things in this ad area. We're upping the investment that we've got there. We see it across all the different devices that we work on, whether it's in the interactive games where Xbox has done so well, or in the telephone where you've got less screen space, so you have to be more creative about that. Nobody solved what advertising should look like, and we can bring a piece, a software platform piece, that addresses all the new experiences.
Coming up later, will Bill